Hello there. I have reached an interesting plateau in my game development journey because while I now have the skills to make smaller games, I am struggling to find ways to make them fun. I'm also very much struggling with scope creep in that I'm trying to create games that I just realize are either way outside of my ability or my time commitments. So I'm constantly leaving projects continuously unfinished, and it's starting to weigh on me. So I really feel like I just need to finish and release some things so I can actually learn more about releasing small games, getting feedback, and just getting some more things out there. So, one of the ways that I wanted to help kind of resolve this is I'm going to start playing and reviewing smaller indie games on itch and a few on Steam just to see how others create small but also really fun and engaging games. So, trying to go back to the very basics of game development. I've learned the skills somewhat through over a year of tutorials now, but I'm now lacking in the how to actually make it fun department. So yeah, without anything further, let's get into it. All right, up first we have Color Merge, a casual puzzle game where you connect matching colored blocks to merge them into something greater. We've definitely seen games like this before, but it's done really, really well here. Created by Kelsea Canaday, so definitely go check them out on itch. All right, but just to get in here, how to play. So off the bat, one of the things I really like about Color Merge is just the simple gameplay loop and just the vast amount of polish I feel like this game has. Everything just feels really, really responsive. It's honestly just a really good time just to click around. Seeing all the colors change, connecting all the boxes, like it just feels fantastic. The audio is also doing a lot for me. I can't lie. It just fits the cozy vibe really nicely, and it's really great. Outside of the polish and the audio, the fun for me comes on how quickly the player can score points and move on, which just feels really, really satisfying. But also the leaderboards, which show you how you stack up against other players. Not gonna lie, I think I am around like second right now for the leaderboard, so happy with that. Adding the competitiveness to the game just really wants me to keep on trying to get better and better. So I really enjoy that aspect. I think if the game was expanded on to include just a couple more levels with maybe different shapes, like that would go a long way. But I don't know, maybe that's just me trying to overscope someone else's game. Yeah, overall, fantastic game. Definitely go check it out. It's awesome. Onwards and upwards, this next game is called Arrows, created by NinaBirb on itch, a simple little puzzle game. I love how they have a bit of a following on itch, so definitely go check them out. But just want to get in here and show you what Arrows is all about. So this is Arrows. As you can see, very simple art style. You just move this little guy around. And the main idea behind the game is you take these yellow squares and you put them into the darker ones. And that's pretty much what you do. And you use these arrows, which can also move the squares. And there you go. And that is kind of the loop, is just these small puzzles. I think honestly, the very simple art style plays to the game's strength, and I love just seeing what developers can do with such a limited palette. The controls are very simple again, the puzzles are not too overly difficult, but honestly, I think that's where part of the fun comes in, is that it allows players to move through the levels at a consistent speed, maybe getting stuck on a puzzle here or there. Another really nice part about the game is the redo button. So as you can see, if I move this arrow down here, oh, well, now I can't move it back, right? Like I am stuck. Well, the developer put in quick little redo button. If you just hit Z and it takes you all the way back. This creates a really nice stress-free experience because I know if I mess up, which knowing me, I will, I can just click back a few moves and it's all good. I think again the fun for me comes with the quick gameplay and the quick puzzles that makes me as the player feel good after I've completed a puzzle and I just can move on to the next. Yeah, the quick gameplay has always been something that I really have not been able to master yet with any of my project. It's very much more of a slow burn for them. So I think if I can find ways like this game to hook people just very early and get that gameplay moving quickly, then it would make my own games a lot more enjoyable. But yeah, no, Arrows, go check them out. Right. Last but certainly not least, we have Dungeon Camp. This is a Steam release. You can check it out, created by Pincushion Games. They have a really fantastic YouTube channel where they kind of challenge themselves doing different indie challenges. So definitely check them out. But this is their game, Dungeon Camp. I believe this is their first Steam release, and let's just get right into it. I will start off by saying I have a love hate relationship with this game. I'll start with what I have some issues with. First and foremost, the jump key is J, and I don't think you can change it. I don't know. I'm sure the developer had their reasons for making the jump key J, but at least let me change it to space or something. This definitely feels a little awkward. Another thing which I'm not the biggest fan of, I know it's like the main mechanic, but the tent system. So you see how you can pick the tent up and then move it around and place it down elsewhere. Well, if you are, it kind of acts as your checkpoint. Well, if you have it picked up and you're trying to move across the levels and you die, you go back there. However, or sorry, if you pick it up and you die with it, you start at the very beginning of the game again, which is crushing. It is very punishing, and I think maybe just a little too punishing. I did see one Steam review say that they and their friends just like did a little pass and play with the game to see how far they could get, and they had a great time with it. So maybe that's true, but as someone who wants to get off work and just play a little bit of a platformer, yeah, it's definitely wow. I think to fix this, honestly, I would just add a second 10. That way, the player can still kind of move around, move through checkpoints, but also there's still, like, see right there, I think I just walked randomly right into some spikes and didn't even realize it. So very punishing. Yeah, a second 10, just like a second checkpoint mechanic, maybe could make it a little more enjoyable. So despite all the things I say that I disliked about it, what I really did enjoy about the game is just the overall feel and theme of the game. I'm here for it. The art style is simple, but it 100% works for what they're going for. I think the tent mechanic with all the pickups that are inside is really interesting. Here, I will go inside. You can see you can change to have no hat. You can pick up some things along the ways. I really enjoyed this little tent mechanic in terms of going inside and picking up little items. I also think the level designs are really, really well done. Some levels are definitely, like very, again, very punishing, but others can be a little bit easier. And so going through the next door is always exciting because you never know what you're going to get in terms of some of these level designs. So I do actually really, really like that. Again, despite all my things I said that I could see improved with the game, I kept on coming back and back for more. Always wanting to outdo myself the last time, always wanting to get a little bit further to see what's in the next room. So I think the developer really captured that great feeling and that great gameplay loop as well. The game was also probably the most fun when I unlocked the first hat in the game. So right now my jump height is really nice. This is not the jump height you start with in the game. I had to unlock this by getting this little hat, and honestly, that made the game 10 times more fun. I really enjoy the game at most when I am just bouncing around the rooms and just like flying through them. I think that's really nice. So yeah, overall, I just really have enjoyed this game. I know I said there were some things I disliked about it, but overall the feel of the game as a first Steam release, I think this developer did fantastic. So I'm really excited to see all the other new amazing games that they're going to make. I'm definitely going to be watching them closely to play more of those. All right. So, in conclusion, in playing these games, I already feel like that I'm getting some better game ideas for my own future projects. You can see on the screen currently, I am creating a Pong again, but trying just to add different flares and things like that, and just play around with some ideas. But yeah, I know a lot of this might seem pretty simple, but I honestly feel like I just need to go back and master the basics before I can continue building bigger and better projects. I also just love seeing and playing these smaller games that are being developed, and it's really inspiring just some of the followings that some of these developers have based off of their own small little charming games. But yeah, if you're currently working on a game or released something recently, I mean, please go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'd love to review them and see more games, and just love to see what everyone is currently creating. I do plan on making some more of these review videos just because I feel like they've been really helpful for me to kind of clear up my own thoughts on them and trying to find the fun in some of these games. So yeah, no, if you made it to the end, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.